University students across the United States have been coming out in huge numbers to speak out about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Pro-Israel rallies and marches for the Palestinian people have inflamed tensions on campus. And students are facing consequences. While Jewish students report growing anti-Semitism and harassment on campuses, students supporting Palestine have been doxxed or lost employment. Our observer spoke to us anonymously for fear of reprisals after his group supporting the Palestinian cause received death threats.
And what's going on now is just a whole new degree of harassment. Just today, we received a death threat for one of our events. All this tabling event is going to do is hand out Palestinian flags and recommend people to donate to fundraisers for children. I think the backlash is coming from all groups. It's coming from students, it's coming from teachers, in that some teachers are canceling classes because they fear what's going to happen at protests. And then it's coming from external sources as well. Our advisor is even receiving death threats because she's a Palestinian professor. These attacks are coming from all sorts of directions, and we have no recourse. The Jewish Student Organization, we used to do collaborations with them because they understood that what's going on with Palestine is an international problem that has nothing to do with a religious warfare or religious conflict. But as of recently, the Jewish Student Organization is now taking an anti-Palestinian position.
But why are American universities such a hot spot for this debate?
Why are you tearing them down? Innocent people were kidnapped.
Michelle Deutschman works for an organization that protects free speech on campus.
It has a lot to do with people who are young and passionate.
Glory to the martyrs! We will liberate the land!
The mission of higher education is to explore ideas and to learn and to challenge ideas. And I think that these things that we see, protests and rallies and debates, are part of what learning and education is about. And with the advent of social media, some of the rhetoric, whether it's ugly or not, gets elevated in a way that I don't think we saw in the past.
Nazi f***ing IDF Israeli bitch. You guys are f***ing Nazis.
You're the one killing Jews.
You support genocide.
You support genocide. You're the one beheading babies.
I think that what a larger issue is there's a lot of external folks, donors, alumni, board of trustees who are trying to exert their influence. At Harvard, they are driving trucks around with some students' faces on it who they didn't like their speech.
Palestine will be free!
I think we've seen a lot of petitions. Unfortunately, some of those petitions have been to ask for the removal of students or administrators. People didn't like what those administrators said or didn't say. What we're seeing happening on college campuses, where people are saying, hey, that message doesn't have a space on this campus, when in fact, under the rules of the Constitution, it does have a space, and administrators are responsible for making room for those messages.